there.
I've
been trying to find this for 40 or 50 years.
Really?
Alan Rummel wanted it, but I couldn't find it anywhere.
We just went to Alan. We just went to the Historical Society and we talked about it because you're going to talk to Betty? I said, yeah, we're planning on going to see her today, actually. So we've got His Many Lightnings and Betty. Well, you passed the other thing.
This is my niece. That's my sister's girl. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
So did you know him?
Well, when I was, he left, I think in 1921, was it? So I would have only been 6.
Oh, right.
The one thing that I remember almost more than anything else was his son, Oahe, who was working there. It was really a girls' camp. So he was a handyman. And one day, I don't know why, to this day, he was in the, we would call it a carport. And there was a beehive in there. And I threw a stone and I hit the beehive. And the bees hit him. And he was not very happy. So that was my main memory.
And did they teach you what Oahe meant when you went to the camp?
They teach us what?
Teach you what it meant, Oahe, and that's symbolized?
I think we had 2 different meanings. One was the camp on the hill.
I'll have that translated when I get back.
Well, I looked it up in the dictionary. It says a place to stand.
What was
I
that,
think
right?
it means like a place of prominence, like a hot rise or something like that.
What, why?
Oahe?
O-A-H-E,
Yeah.
in that Riggs Dakota dictionary.
Yeah,
So that could be considered a hill, I guess.
Yeah, there's one in Pierce, South Dakota named that like that, but I think that was a lake. Lake Oahe, yeah. Right. It's right where the river that they dammed it up, and so now it's become a lake.
Where was that?
In Pierce, South Dakota, capital of South Dakota.
So
It used the same name.
Things like archery and Indian crafts and all that there at the camp?
Oh yes, we had the big 3rd floor room was where we did our crafts. This was made on a loom, not the same loom that made that material or that material.
Like a little hand one.
I got such a good start weaving that
How long did it take you to make that?
I don't know whether I suppose several days. I don't really remember much about making it, but they probably had, somebody else had already strung up the little frame, I would guess.
It's remarkable how well it's held up all these years.
Well, it's because it was lost. I haven't been wearing it right along. That's a red-winged blackbird.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a native bird. Will you look at that? It's got the native colors.
Red-winged blackbird.
It only shows up when we're with Emmett. It shows up at our house. He's got the 4 colors.
Probably the light's just wrong. It wouldn't show what color it was. Or
And it did not escape her. Did you see how she saw that mid-sentence?
Wow.
Yeah. They've been around for about 3 days now, but they won't stay much longer.
Because they knew Emmett was coming.
A yellow-bellied sapsucker. That's my favorite bird.
Because of its name?
That's your favorite
Because of
phrase.
its name.
Yeah, because of how it sounds.
And what's that? That one in Australia, the loud one? What do they call it? That's my favorite bird.
Mockingbird?
No, the big bird that makes a lot of noise.
Macaw?
No.
A dodo bird.
No.
Ostrich?
No.
Right, that's the Flintstones.
That's my favorite bird. I used to listen, I could hear them from miles. They're loud.
It's not the same one that comes and takes the food right out of your backpack.
No, I don't think so. No, not that.
Beautiful
A
birds.
koala bear?
I've seen koala bears. And at night I saw that what's that big bird? It's bigger than emu,
Ostrich.
it's bigger, cassowary, is it cassowary? It's a bird, I've seen them at night.
Albatross?
Yeah, no, it's a cassowary.
I don't know.
That's in Australia.
Yeah, I don't know Australia though.
Did you go to Australia?
Yeah. 88 days, I was there 88 days.
The things about Dr. Eastman, I think, weren't there 5 girls?
Yeah, I think he had 5 girls, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
And Dora and
Irene,
Millie.
Virginia.
I do remember a wedding. One of the girls got married there on the, well, it'd be the front lawn now. And
Did you know his wife Elaine?
yes, I
She was a good gal.
remember her
Yeah, yeah.
sitting on the porch in a rocking chair, and always sitting there rocking away. And she was at the it was that restaurant there for a while.
Oh, the Lakeview.
Lakeview. Yeah, and she used to sit there on that porch in her rocking chair. Remember that?
Yeah.
There's that chickadee.
Is that a chickadee?
That's a chickadee, isn't it?
House there, and I think I was 48.
It was 48 that we built yours.
I was a senior in high school then. 48, 49.
I wasn't even thought
I
about it.
wasn't even thought about it.
And so sort of to repay Dad for doing errands, they used to let me go down and do all kinds of stuff, the horseback riding, the swimming, life-saving, everything I was included. And then I'd go down by the day. And then usually about once 1 week for a year, they would let me go down and stay as a camper.
Did you camp overnight up in those tents up on the
In the
hill
tent,
that they had?
yeah. Mhm.
Where was that? When you go up the hill, would it be right to the left?
Yep.
Be like if you were at the barn.
Actually, the tent started just about where it leveled off. And the juniors, I was the junior, was the first one here on the right, along the edge of the woods. And then, as I remember, where the daughter was buried was right straight down that line until the end of the field.
There's pictures of
So
it.
that's where she's buried. You think she's buried? In
We
I
had
think so, too.
5,
It wouldn't be down there by the lake, I doubt it.
no, it was up on the hill, I'm sure. Sitting around the living room at night with a great big fireplace, telling stories. There was one story that always went around every year, was that somebody who trying to blow out a candle. I don't know, I never thought much of that story, but they did it every year.
It's a joke.
Somebody finally, I guess, was supposed to be able to blow straight and get it out. I was going to say if I was 10 years older, I would remember more of that time, but also if I was 10 years older, I probably wouldn't remember anything, so.
That's true.
If I had been asked to pick out a few 4 men or 10 men, it's a right off.
Yeah?
No question.
It reminds you of Charles?
Remind me of George.
I've been told that before too.
And Charles's father's name was His Many Lightnings, as well as his.
Many lightning.
His many
His Many
lands.
Lightnings.
I would not have recognized it.
Yeah, you say it.
He would have said that.
The kids at school.
It's a
were
word game.
repeating
Come on
it
now,
to
it's your turn.
They didn't teach that at Smith.
Did you go to Smith College?
The running connected.
Connected, running and dancing are the same, they're both, each step is a prayer.
Mhm.
See, Charles would, he understood that,
Mhm.
because running was cultural, It was traditional.
No.
Way back, the runners carried the message. They ate special food to run that far. So I'm trying to carry that on.
Not good for
Yeah,
you.
and with I'm trying to spread this throughout the world. You know, like different countries. I run in 21 countries, and
Now, how old are you, did you say?
I'll be 80 in December.
He runs, I mean, he runs through a couple countries at a time.
Yeah,
Betty,
Non-stop.
see that, Betty? You could be his mother.
yeah.
Tell
Yeah.
her about the horse run.
The what?
The horse run that you did?
Oh, yeah.
You told us about it, but
Yeah, I ran with a
A horse?
horse.
Ran with the
300
horses 26 miles.
I ran 26 miles with 300 horses. That was in 1990.
Bigfoot ride.
Yeah, Bigfoot run.
It was
Bigfoot ride, Bigfoot
cold
run.
that day.
Yeah.
Three horses
my
fell.
greatest moment of
Oh,
running
yeah, it would be.
ever. It was 80 below wind chill.
Oh.
I had to have a mask on with, so I wouldn't.
Was this to get the horses?
No, we
someplace?
ran to.
Just
You
to
heard
do
of the massacre.
Come back.
Charles Eastman was a
Yeah.
medical doctor, attending physician at Wounded Knee at that time.
Yes.
And this is to honor them.
Oh, to honor,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
And so I was invited to run with the horses.
Go and see something
Yeah.
from that.
In the long run, I could outrun a horse. You know, like for 20-some miles, horse couldn't keep up.
For 27
Yeah,
miles, the horse?
You couldn't keep up, because they can only run so fast,
Oh,
so far.
okay, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found that out, you know, these are things you learn from running. It teaches you something about the animal, you know, and the human.
I learned that about the hunters and how
Yeah.
they would run down deer.
Yeah,
Deer
run
could
down
a lot
deer, yeah.
faster, but the deer would tire out and the runner would just keep
Yeah,
running mile
yeah,
after mile until he
yeah.
had
Of
it.
course, that's,
Yeah.
And then he would
that's
get the
something
deer.
that
Yeah. That can be carried on.
some people are starting to do it a
Yeah.
little more, but
That has to be carried
But
on.
just the idea of running to get someplace
Yeah.
would not be in anybody's thoughts ever now. And of course, then, just like Africa now, they gotta run to get someplace.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
not only that, they're carrying on a tradition. See, nowadays,
Yeah.
with the, what do you call this here, modern high technology and all
Yeah.
that, you don't need to do that. They think that's crazy to do that, but it's not.
That's right.
Believe me, it's not.
You don't need to
Yeah, you
walk
don't-
at all.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, the thing of it is, that's why the generations are getting more, they can't be healthy
Yeah,
because of
yeah.
that. That's why it's important that you
Yeah.
monitor your,
Us three couch
yeah,
potatoes.
yeah,
Should we go for a walk now?
We're actually gonna walk around the lake.
yeah.
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 Well, I don't have to go that long.
You don't know that far to go, do you?
I don't have far to go, no, but I don't want to go that far.
That's that far, huh?
I think you are though.
Yeah.
You're doing good.
Yeah. What do they call that age? I'm in a diamond age, and she's gonna reach the what age is that? The platinum.
Platinum.
You're striving to be a platinum.
You're at platinum status.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.